The ultimate guide to growing your audience. Hello, I'm Lucy Griffiths, and I'm going to show you how to grow your audience very simply with these hacks, whether it's for Instagram, whether it is for YouTube or LinkedIn, to help you actually build that audience. Because the more that you can connect with your audience, the more that you can get them on your mailing list, the easier it is to sell. Remember that 1% of your audience, 1 to 2% will buy. So that's 1 or 2 people in every 100 will buy from you if you have an online product. So you really need to grow and scale your audience in order to sell. It's a numbers game, and the more you can put people on your list, the better. Hello, so we're looking at growing your audience, and how do you do that? Well, first of all, I'm going to kick off with my favorite, which is actually Pinterest. And though it might be seen as like, oh, not as cool as the other social media platforms, actually it's a really great place to grow your audience. So let's dive in and have a look.
Facebook is changing, Instagram is changing, and social media is changing every single day. And there are always new quirks and updates that is increasingly difficult to predict. But at the moment, the platforms that best help you to gain an audience are 3 platforms: YouTube, Pinterest, and LinkedIn. So I'm going to talk about those in regards to growing an audience. One of the platforms that used to be a great platform for growing your audience was Instagram. And it still works for particular groups. And if you're very creative and you're very visual, if you're a photographer, it's an excellent place to be. But if you are banking on organic reach and people finding your content through hashtags, that is no longer possible in the way that it once was. So you have to be creative and look at other platforms. And that's where we're going to start. So YouTube is an excellent place to grow your audience. And the thing with YouTube is it's really about SEO. It's about creating searchable content that people are looking for. And so if you can answer someone's question, then they will find they'll type in that question and they will find your video. They'll watch your video, they might watch another video, and before they know it, they have watched a bank of your videos. And so that really is what it's all about. You want to be answering people's questions. And so the more that you can answer that question, the better. So imagine that you are, and I always do this one, but we'll do it again. Imagine that you are doing cookie recipes. So if you were searching for cookie recipes, there's going to be millions of people searching for that content. And so the overall score, if we look at vidIQ, is very, very low. And the competition is really high. And it's incredibly difficult. Maximum views, 21 million. And average views, 4.1 million. So there are millions of people searching for this content. And so it's really difficult for you as a small fish in a big pond to make any difference and get any headway, because you're going to rank on page 5 instead of on page 1 at the top. So you want to niche down that content. And that's why doing something like gluten-free cookie recipes or gluten-free chip cookie recipes suddenly narrows the search considerably. So you've gone from you're still getting millions of people searching this content, but it's not as many people. So maximum views 238,000, and so it's really narrows that down, so it's much easier to rank. So it becomes much easier to create content where you are the big fish at the top of the pool and people are going to find and watch your content. So you could even narrow it down further by not just saying gluten-free chocolate chip cookie recipes, but gluten-free chocolate chip cookie recipes with soft and chewy bits. And by adding the soft and chewy, again, you reduce that pool of people that are searching with that particular topic, which means you're more likely to be number one. And once you are number one, then you will then grow, and YouTube will then say, oh, you're number one in this category, we'll share that with other people. And that's how you can build and grow on YouTube. Now we're going to look at Pinterest. And so Pinterest is a really great place to build your audience, because actually you can still get traction. There is still searchable content, and it doesn't have to be paid. So you don't have to pay to play in the way that you do on Facebook or Instagram. So what you do is you would create a blog post, and you create on your blog, you would add some pins. So if I go to some of my pins, I'll go to some of my boards, and we can find pins. And then you can add, so let's go to one here. Here's my pins. So then you can create pins like I've created here. And then from that, you can then start showing up. So of this, somebody would click on this pin, click on that, and they would then go to, they'd see, oh, what's this? So when they click on my pin, it would take them to my blog post. And so this is great from a perspective of Google and SEO and traffic to my website. So it's sending a whole new group of people directly to my website that have not seen my website before. They might then click through, read the article, watch the video, they'll read through lots of content. And then there's other videos, other content. So they might check out some of these videos, some of these blog posts. They click through, watch this, before you know it, they've spent 20 minutes, half an hour on my website. And then also they have the option to sign up and get my freebie. And so all of that is feeding in to the fact that you can create content and drive people to your website, which again, when they're on your website, if you're doing ads, then you can then pick up the cookies of people who visited your website and retarget them. So all of this feeds into growing your audience. And when you're using this content, this is the same content that I have used in other places. So again, I'm repurposing this content, which can really help. So the third platform that I really want to talk about is LinkedIn. Now, LinkedIn is a little more boring than lots of other platforms, but actually it is a place where you still have really great organic reach, and it can help you to grow. So I would say that it works if you are, in business, you're a business owner. It also works if you're something like a personal trainer, or you deal with mums and you're a coach for mums, or in those kind of industries. It perhaps doesn't work so well in other industries. So you have to decide, is this for me? Is it relevant to me? And so that, you have to decide and look through if it's relevant to your audience and work out if this is where your audience hangs out. If it is, great, spend lots of time here, but you just have to work out what's relevant to you. So those are the three main platforms that I will be focusing on this year in order to grow my social media presence and also to grow my audience. Because at the end of the day, while I love Facebook and I love Instagram, actually it's harder to get organic reach. So yes, I pay to play, but actually if I was just doing this organically, I would be looking at other platforms in order to connect and also build my audience.
Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you found it useful. I share lots of tips and strategies to help you build and grow your online audience, to build and grow your online business. Because remember, the more people you have viewing your content, the better it is and the more likely you are to sell. If you like this channel, I would love you to subscribe. Please click on the link below to subscribe.